Georgie is finally back, and the whole Heartland world just shifted. The new trailer for Season 19, Episode 9 drops a moment so powerful that fans have been waiting years to see. One quick glimpse of her return sets off a wave of emotion, tension, and mystery at the ranch. Nothing feels the same anymore, and the questions this trailer raises are bigger than anything Heartland has teased all season. The very first moment the trailer shows Georgie, everything changes. Her return isn't loud, it isn't dramatic in a flashy way, yet it hits with a quiet shock that you can almost feel. She appears riding across an open field, the wind pushing through her hair, the familiar focus on her face as she pushes her horse forward with a level of confidence that only Georgie has. Even though the shot lasts only a few seconds, it's enough to stir the entire fan base. You can sense that she's not just coming back for a visit. There's purpose in the way she rides, like she's arriving with something important on her mind. The scene then cuts to Amy, who turns sharply as if she can somehow sense Georgie is near before actually seeing her. The surprise in Amy's eyes says everything. It's that look you give when you see someone you've missed deeply, someone who shaped a part of your life, someone whose absence left a space no one else could fill. The trailer doesn't show her rushing forward or speaking. It just captures that still moment where shock mixes with relief. That tiny pause speaks louder than words. It's the emotional heartbeat of the trailer and sets the tone for everything that follows. What makes this return so powerful is how long Georgie has been gone. Fans know she stepped away to train at a professional level, chasing her Olympic dreams. Her journey took her far from the ranch and far from the daily life of the family she grew up with. Because of that distance, every hint of her story felt incomplete. We got updates, small mentions, pieces of her achievements, but nothing compares to seeing her return home. And the trailer makes it clear, she's not the same girl who left. She carries herself with new confidence, but also with a quiet heaviness. As if the world outside Heartland brought victories, but also challenges she hasn't shared yet. The trailer keeps her intentions a mystery. There's no big speech, no announcement, just a single powerful reveal. That silence is what builds the tension. It's the kind that makes you lean forward because you want to know everything. Why now? Why this moment? What pushed her to return just as other problems at the ranch seem to be growing? The editing of the trailer suggests her arrival is perfectly timed or maybe terribly timed, and the answer could go in either direction. Another moment shows Lou watching from the porch, her expression filled with stunned relief. There is something soft in her eyes, a mix of love and worrying, like she's already preparing herself for whatever hard truth Georgie might share. The trailer keeps her reaction short, but that single shot of Lou says a lot. She knows something is off, even if she hasn't heard it yet. That tension between joy and fear adds a new emotional layer to Georgie's return. And then, almost without warning, there's a quick cut to Jack. His expression is steady but thoughtful, the kind he wears when he knows change is coming. Jack has always been the anchor of the family, the one who feels things deeper than he says. The trailer doesn't show him speaking, but you can sense he already understands that Georgie's return will shake the ranch in ways no one has prepared for. It's a small detail, but it gives the whole reveal even more weight. By the end of this first section of the trailer, the message is clear. Georgie is not just back, she's back with a story, a reason, and maybe even a secret. Her return is the spark that will push Episode 9 into one of the most emotional and dramatic episodes of the season. The trailer gives just enough to pull fans in, but not enough to tell the full truth. And that mystery is exactly what makes this moment unforgettable. Amy's reaction to Georgie's return is one of the most powerful emotional beats in the entire trailer. It begins quietly, almost too quietly, as if Amy is trying to process what her eyes are seeing before her heart can catch up. There's this split-second moment where she looks frozen, like her world has paused, and everything around her has gone silent. The trailer captures that expression in a way that feels honest and deeply human. It's not dramatic or exaggerated, it's the kind of real emotion that comes when someone you love appears at a time you didn't expect. Amy has always been the steady center of the family, the one who stays calm when everything else is falling apart. But in this moment, her calm breaks just enough to show how much Georgie truly means to her dot as the trailer lingers on Amy's face. You can see three emotions fighting for space: shock, relief, and worrying. The first emotion is pure surprise. Amy genuinely didn't see this coming. The second emotion, relief, softens her features as the reality sinks in that Georgie is finally back at Heartland. But the third emotion, worrying, is what makes the moment feel deeper. Amy's eyes narrow just a little, not in suspicion, but in concern. It's as if she senses that this return isn't simple, that Georgie isn't just here for a warm family reunion. Amy has always been able to read people, especially the people she loves. And in the brief trailer shot, it seems she already knows Georgie isn't walking in with lighthearted news. The trailer doesn't show Amy rushing toward her or speaking any lines. But the unspoken emotion between them is heavy enough to fill the silence. Amy raised Georgie during some of her most difficult years, guiding her through loss, change, and growing up. Their bond is raw and real, built on shared struggles and healing. So when Amy sees Georgie again, her eyes reflect an entire history of moments: every smile, every lesson, every setback, and every victory. That's why her reaction hits so hard. It's not just a reunion. It's a reminder of everything they've been through and everything they're about to face again. One of the most striking details the trailer gives is the shift in Amy's body language. She takes a small, almost hesitant step forward, as if her heart is pulling her toward Georgie, but her mind is warning her that something deeper is behind this return. It's the kind of step someone takes when they're ready to support someone they love, even if they're scared of what they might hear. You can tell Amy is preparing herself not for the joy of seeing Georgie, but for the weight of whatever truth Georgie is carrying with her. The trailer also cuts to a quick shot of Amy watching Georgie from across the yard. The distance between them in the frame is symbolic. It shows that while Amy desperately wants to close that gap, something about Georgie's face tells her this moment requires patience. Georgie looks older, more serious, and more guarded. The girl who used to talk freely about her dreams now looks like someone who has lived through hard decisions and heavy pressure. Amy sees that change instantly, and that recognition creates an emotional ache that the trailer captures perfectly. Another subtle detail is the way Amy's expression shifts when Lou steps into the background. For a brief moment, Amy glances toward her sister, and the two exchange a silent understanding. They've always shared responsibility for Georgie, and this small moment between them suggests that both of them feel the weight of her return. It's not fear, more like preparation. The kind of preparation you feel when you know your family is about to walk into a storm. And all you can do is brace yourself and stay strong. Amy's emotional response becomes even heavier when the trailer transitions to a nighttime scene. Amy stands alone near the barn, the dim light casting long shadows around her. She looks deep in thought, worried, hopeful, and unsettled all at once. This scene doesn't show Georgie, but it feels connected to her return. It gives the sense that Amy is replaying every moment in her mind, trying to understand what Georgie isn't saying yet. Amy has always been the heart of Heartland, the one who feels everything deeply even when she keeps her emotions controlled. This scene is a quiet reminder that she carries the weight of the people she loves, often more than she lets on. The trailer makes it clear that Amy's emotional response will play a major role in Episode 9. Her connection with Georgie isn't just a part of the show, it's one of its strongest emotional lines. And the moment she sees Georgie again, you feel all of it crashing back into place. Her reaction sets the tone for the entire episode, hinting that whatever comes next will challenge the family in ways they didn't expect. And Amy will be right at the center of it, holding everything together the way she always has. The trailer doesn't waste any time showing that Georgie's return sends a ripple of tension through the entire family. It happens quietly at first, through small expressions and quick cuts, but those tiny details speak louder than any dialogue could. Heartland has always been built on the idea of family bonds, strong, loyal, and unbreakable. But those same bonds can twist under pressure, and the trailer hints that episode 9 is going to test them in ways the characters didn't see coming. What makes this section of the trailer so gripping is the feeling that something unspoken is hanging in the air. Georgie's return is emotional, but it also brings questions that not everyone feels ready to face. The first sign of tension appears in a short shot of Lou. She stands on the porch with her arms folded, not in anger, but in uncertainty. Her eyes track Georgie like she's trying to figure out what she isn't being told. Lou has always been the planner, the problem solver, the one who wants to protect her family by making sure everything is under control. But in the trailer, for the first time in a while, Lou looks like she's standing on uncertain ground. It's as if Georgie's return has brought back old worries she thought she had outgrown. You can see a question forming behind her eyes. Is Georgie okay? That question alone is enough to create a quiet tension that spreads through the scene. Another shot shows Tim reacting to Georgie's return in a way that is typical for him: quick, sharp, and full of emotion he doesn't want to admit. Tim cares deeply, but he often shows it through frustration rather than gentleness. The trailer captures him standing slightly apart from the rest of the family, watching Georgie with a look that mixes pride, concern, and something heavier, like fear. It's the same look Tim had during some of the toughest moments of the show, the moments where he wanted desperately to help but didn't know how. The trailer hints that whatever Georgie brings home, Tim senses it's going to be complicated. And deep down, he might be afraid he won't be able to fix it. Then comes the most telling moment, a quick cut of Lou and Tim exchanging a sharp glance. It happens fast, but it holds a lot of weight. There's no shedding, no dramatic movement, just a look that suggests disagreement. It's the kind of look siblings share when they both care about the same person, but have completely different ways of showing it. Lou wants to talk things through, understand what's going on, and make a plan. Tim wants answers right away, maybe even solutions, even if it means pushing too hard too fast. Georgie's return puts both of those instincts on edge. And the trailer hints that episode 9 will bring those differences to the surface. And then there's Jack, the one who always tries to hold everyone together. The trailer captures him standing near the barn, watching the family with that calm, thoughtful expression he wears when he knows trouble is coming. Jack has seen every kind of hardship, every argument, every tear. The way he looks at Georgie suggests that he understands something the others don't. It's like he senses that her return is not just emotional, it's a turning point. Jack doesn't look scared or angry. He looks ready. Ready for the conversations that will need to happen, ready for the pain that might surface, ready to support Georgie no matter what she reveals. But even with his steady presence, the tension around the ranch feels stronger than usual. The trailer deepens that tension with a nighttime scene where Lou, Tim, and Jack stand in the yard having what looks like a heavy discussion. The lighting is dim, their shadows long, their faces set with worrying. You can't hear what they're talking about, but you can feel it. Their body language says everything: crossed arms, lowered voices, heads shaking slightly. It's a moment where the family is trying to figure out how to help someone they love without pushing her away. That kind of conversation always carries weight, especially in Heartland, where the family's love is strong but sometimes messy. What makes this whole section powerful is the sense that Georgie's return forces everyone to confront unfinished business. Old worries come back. Old disagreements resurface. Old fears grow louder. And while everyone loves her deeply, they don't know how to handle the silence she carries with her. The tension isn't rooted in anger, it's rooted in love. Love that is worried. Love that isn't sure. Love that is trying its best to understand. The trailer makes it clear that episode 9 isn't just about Georgie coming home, it's about the family learning how to face the truth together. The tension isn't there to break them apart. It's there to prepare them for what's coming next. And by the end of these scenes, you can feel that the family is standing on the edge of something big, something emotional, and something that might change the Heartland Ranch in a way none of them expected. The trailer shifts tone the moment the ranch comes into focus. And suddenly the atmosphere feels heavier, almost tense. as if the land itself knows something big is about to unfold. Heartland has always treated the ranch like another character, alive, emotional, and deeply connected to the people who live there. In episode 9's trailer, the ranch feels unsettled. The familiar barns, fences, and open fields look the same, yet there's a quiet weight hanging in the air. It's the kind of feeling that tells you the family isn't just dealing with emotions, they're dealing with a new challenge that none of them were prepared for. This is where the drama begins to take shape, not through loud scenes, but through the way the ranch reflects the tension building inside the people who call it home. One of the most striking moments in this part of the trailer is a scene that takes place at dusk. The sun is low, casting deep shadows across the yard, and Georgie stands alone near the barn door. She's looking down, her shoulders slightly curved inward, as if she's carrying the weight of something she hasn't had the courage to say yet. The quiet of the ranch around her makes the moment even more intense. The horses shift in their stalls, saddles hang untouched, and the wind pushes softly through the trees. Everything is calm, but Georgie's stillness feels heavy, almost trapped. The trailer doesn't reveal what she's thinking, and that silence is exactly what pulls you in. It feels like she's debating whether to share the truth or hide it a little longer. The ranch becomes even more dramatic when the trailer cuts to a scene featuring Amy walking through the barn all late at night. The lights are dim, the air is still, and Amy's steps echo softly against the floor. She pauses beside a horse, resting her hand on its neck, and the expression on her face is a mix of fear and doubt. This isn't the Amy we usually see, the one who always knows what to do, the one who finds answers in the most confusing moments. Instead, she looks uncertain, maybe even overwhelmed. The presence of the horses around her shows that she's seeking comfort, trying to settle her thoughts, trying to understand how to help Georgie when Georgie herself isn't ready to talk. The ranch is her safe place, but even here, in this peaceful space, the worrying doesn't leave her. Another moment in the trailer shows a sudden shift in energy, a horse tossing its head sharply, the sound of hooves hitting the ground, and someone calling out in the distance. It's quick, almost too quick, but it hints that the ranch might be facing a physical problem, to a sick horse, an unexpected accident, or something that requires immediate attention. This kind of scene is classic Heartland, where emotional tension blends with ranch emergencies, pulling the characters together whether they're ready or not. The trailer doesn't give details, but the sudden burst of movement is enough to create a sense of urgency, suggesting that Georgie's return might hit at the same moment the ranch needs. Everyone's focus and strength, the emotional pressure, grows even deeper when the trailer shows Jack stepping out of the barn with a worried expression. Jack rarely shows fear. He's the steady guide, the quiet strength, the one who knows how to fix things. But here, he looks troubled. Not panicked, but deeply concerned. He pauses at the barn door, looking across the yard as if trying to see past the darkness, trying to understand where everything is heading. His face says what no one else is saying out loud. Something at the ranch isn't right. The land, the animals, and the family all seem to be shifting at the same time. And Jack can feel the pressure building. The trailer builds even more drama with a moment where Lou approaches Jack, her voice low and her expression tight. The two stand near the wooden fence, speaking seriously. Their silhouettes against the evening sky make the conversation feel heavy, like they're discussing something that could change plans or reveal a new complication. Lou looks frustrated, not with Jack, but with the situation. Jack listens quietly, his jaw tight, his eyes narrowed in thought. The trailer doesn't give away what they're talking about, but the tone suggests something at the ranch has pushed them into a difficult decision, one that will affect the entire family. And then there's a silent shot of Georgie standing outside under the night sky, the ranch lights glowing softly behind her. Her face is turned toward the house, her expression full of fear and determination. It's the kind of look someone has when they're finally ready to speak their truth, even if it breaks the peace around them. The ranch feels still in this moment, like it's waiting for the truth, the conversation, the turning point. This entire section of the trailer makes one thing clear: the ranch is not just the backdrop of the story. It's the place where everything comes together, where emotions rise, where secrets break open, where the family either falls apart or becomes stronger. Episode 9 is building towards something intense, and the ranch is the stage where that intensity will unfold. The drama here is not loud or explosive, it's the quiet kind that sits beneath the surface, growing stronger with every scene until it finally pushes everyone to confront what they've been avoiding.